Real truth daily. This is Daily Truths with Dave Ahlman.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Daily Truths. Have you ever noticed that every stage of life is a little bit better than the one before? I can remember when I was at home and, I'm going to school. That's better than being at home. And then you go on to college. Oh, that's better than being at home, right? And then you go to college and maybe you meet somebody and, getting married to this person is better than college is. And then you have a wonderful life together and, oh my goodness, and maybe kids come along. Oh, this is even better than just married life without kids. And then one by one, they leave, they do their thing and you go to their activities and events and do all these different things with them. And it's all good. But then one by one, they go off to college and you say, oh, we're empty nesters now. This is better than it was before. And then you find out that they're kind of getting established and establishing their own homes and maybe get married. Then you have grandkids and you find out, oh my goodness, grandkids is even better than having your own kids because you can spoil them, you can take care of them and then send them home and the parents do the disciplining. It's all good. And then, you maybe reach retirement age and you're not working as hard as you used to. And you say, oh, this is even better than the working life I had before. And then you start to travel and you say, oh my goodness, this part of life is even greater than what I had before, and on and on and on. Have you ever noticed that it seems like every stage of life is better than the one before, is greater than the one before? Can we apply that to the Bible? Can we apply that to the life of Jesus Christ? Listen to this. In this chapter, in this book of John, we've seen Jesus do amazing things. We've seen him change water into wine, right? We've seen him do incredible miracles in Jerusalem. We've seen him heal a man's son who was 20 miles away. The son was 20 miles away in a place called Capernaum. We've seen Jesus come to a paralytic who'd been a paralytic for 38 years and give him, for the very first time in a long time, the ability to walk. Jesus did incredible things. Could he do greater things than those? Remember, Jesus is having a conversation with the Pharisees, Sadducees, and scribes who wanted to put Jesus to death because he equated himself with God the Father, remember? And then Jesus says this in verse 20. He says, for the Father loves the Son. In other words, Jesus is saying, my Father, who is God, and I'm God incarnate, my Father loves me completely, entirely, perfectly. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all that he himself is doing. They work in perfect harmony and communication and relationship with each other. There's nothing that the Father does that the Son's not aware of. There's nothing the Son does that the Father is not aware of. They have this perfect, harmonious relationship. For as a father, the Father loves the Son and shows him all that he himself is doing. Listen to this. Here's the part that I want to emphasize today. And greater works than these will he show him so that you may marvel. What greater works? In other words, Jesus is saying, what's happened in the past, me healing a paralytic, giving the ability to a young man who was sick and ready to die, the ability to live now his life normally, me performing all these miracles in Jerusalem, me changing water into wine, the Father will reveal even greater things to you religious leaders, so just watch. Now, in the next few days, we're going to be looking at those greater things that God the Father and God the Son would execute through Jesus' life, and also things that he will execute in the future. What things are we talking about? We're talking about, you'll find out, all kinds of great things that Jesus is going to do and Jesus is going to carry out in his life during his ministry. And we're going to read all about that, and then I'll explain it and apply it to your life. But the bottom line of this message is Jesus said, I've done some great things. You're going to see greater things yet. So go back to what I was talking about before. Enjoy the time of life you're in. Is there greater things to come? Probably so, right? I never thought that grandparenting could be so much better than parenting, but it is. I never thought that I could have a more wonderful, fulfilling ministry than I had at Peace Lutheran Church, but I am. There's always greater things that God is preparing us for. And friends, that's what we have to remember. And what Jesus was telling the Pharisees, Sadducees, and scribes is, hey, there's greater things I'm going to do. Just watch. You know what God says to you today? There's greater things in your life that I'm still yet to do. Just watch. All right. And enjoy the ride while he does great things in your life. And that is today's Daily Truth. Have a great day in the Lord Jesus Christ.
Thank you for tuning in to Daily Truths with Dave Allman. Pastor Dave Allman is the pastor of Mount Hope Church in Boulder, Colorado. If this ministry is blessing you, please consider supporting us by sharing this channel with a friend. You can also like, comment, subscribe, or leave a review. This helps us tremendously. Come back tomorrow for your next Daily Truth.